All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the proper name in the Paleo Hebrew, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai being the true and proper name in the Hebrew of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because they taught brothers this word. They gave brothers the name through the Spirit. They've broken down the scriptures, man. They've caught all the hell they did, and they're still pushing, man. So, double honors to men like that. And the rest of the brothers out there that, the elders in all the other camps, man, because you brothers are showing other men how to walk, man. I also want to give peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. That's preaching this word in truth and sincerity. But today's lesson, man, I'm gonna title it "Lack Wisdom?" Ask and then give. Because really, man, this thing is a big part of this thing is wisdom. A big part of this thing is wisdom, and understanding, of course. But you have to have some wisdom to get understanding of. But that's a big thing for this thing, man. And and even when King David was on the scene, Saul saw that King David walked wisely, man. And that was a fearful thing, man, because the Lord dwells with wisdom, man. So he was showing that God-like blessing, man. But this lesson, I'm trying to, get through it as fast as possible. Lord willing, it's going to be edifying. I've been thinking about this, but, with no further ado, we're going to get into some scriptures, man, because wisdom is, like the scriptures say, wisdom is the principal thing, man. Let's see if I got that pulled up. Wisdom is the principal thing, man. And with it being the principal thing, let me get that. Let me pull that up. Because wisdom is a big thing. It's truth, man. You got to have wisdom to do this walk, man. Man. This is Proverbs 4 and 7. It's like your computer going a little slow, but Proverbs 4 and 7, it says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. With all that getting, get understanding, because it's important to get that wisdom first, man. You can't get understanding on something that you're not, put on game two, man. Wisdom actually is a big part of this thing, man, because the scriptures are all wisdom, man. It's all wisdom, man. And then over time, the Lord gives you the understanding of that wisdom, man. But I got a few scriptures on this, and this dealing with the first part of this lesson. The question of the lesson is lack wisdom? ? Man. This is James chapter 4 and verse. James chapter 1 and verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. See, you gotta see, if any man lacks wisdom, ask of the Lord, man. In John chapter 14, I believe it's verse 14, it says you can ask anything in the name of the Lord, and to bring glory to the Father, he will do it, man. So you glory in this when the Lord gives you this wisdom, man. Brothers when they first wake up, brothers when they get deeper understanding and actually understand a scripture and call it to mind, that's a beautiful thing. That's the Lord giving you that wisdom to call on these scriptures, man. And it's still a marvelous thing, man. You see brothers, the apostles are actually the walking scriptures, man. The apostles are actually walking scriptures. They quote them off the dome, man, just like, because they're dwelling with wisdom, man. It says, verse 6, it says, but let him that asketh in faith, but let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that wavereth is like as a wave of the sea driven with the wind and toss, man. So you gotta have faith that the Lord can give you this, man. King Solomon, he asked for wisdom, man. He asked for wisdom. He asked for wisdom, and the Lord fucked with him because of it. This is 1 Kings chapter 3, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 6. And Solomon said, "Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercies, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee, and thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, Yahweh, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And it says, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted, that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. It says, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I will discern between good and bad, who is able to judge this thy so great a people. And the speech pleased Yahweh, and Solomon asked, and the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, hast not asked for thyself long life, neither asked riches for thyself, nor asked the life of thine enemies, but asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. But I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have even given thee a wise and understanding heart. So that it says, so that there is none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any rise like unto thee, man. So the Lord, that's what you need to ask the Lord for, is wisdom and understanding, man. Wisdom, man. And what happened when he asked for that scripture? When he asked for that wisdom, man, it says because that wisdom actually brings you to a high standard, man. That wisdom brings you to a high standard. And wisdom's gonna play a big part in these final days, man. Wisdom really does bring you to an extremely high standard, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 26. This is talking about wisdom. It says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, in the image of his goodness. It says, and being but one, she can do all things. Because wisdom through the wisdom of the Lord, man, he created the deeps, man. Through the wisdom of the Lord made the firmament, man. He separated the waters. He made sure salt waters can't mix with fresh. He made sure, the divides in the sea, made sure the water couldn't come up but to a certain point on the land. This was done through wisdom. It says, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls. She maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets, man. That's what wisdom does, man. Wisdom makes you a friend of the Most High, and it makes you a prophet, man, because you got to have this wisdom to go out there and teach, man. That's why the scriptures say wisdom crieth without, man. You got to have wisdom to go out there and cry without, man. It says, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, man. So the Most High is going to love you, man, when you dwell with wisdom, man. The Most High is going to fuck with you, man. And you gotta continue to get this wisdom as much as you can, man. Because these days are coming where that's going to be the only thing to keep you, man. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength and salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure, man. So wisdom and knowledge, man. These scriptures, the understanding, knowing what the scriptures say, because the scriptures give you wisdom in every situation, man. It tells you who you're supposed to walk with. It tells you who you're supposed to roll with. It tells you how you're supposed to roll with them. It tells you who the mannerisms of people who you're not supposed to get down with, man. The scriptures talk about these things. And this is the wisdom, man. This wisdom is going to be their stability of thy times, man, and strength and salvation, man. Because you're going to know these things are happening through these scriptures. You're going to have the wisdom of what's going on. And it's going to be made plain, man. It's going to be made plain. And then you're going to be like, okay, salvation is near. Salvation is near. Your spirits are going to get lifted up. Even though everything around you is crumbling, you're going to be stable. Because you have this wisdom. And the fear of the Lord, it says the fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. What's the beginning of wisdom, man? The fear of the Lord, man. So that wisdom, the fear gives you that wisdom to actually get into these scriptures, and it builds you up, man. And just like King Solomon did, man, when he did that, when he prayed for these things, it was a really spiritual thing that he did, man. Because what happened after he did that? The kingdom was established through him. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 12. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yeah, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. That's wisdom, man. Ask of the Lord, and he shall give you liberally. It says she prevented them that desire her, and making herself known unto them. It says, whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, man. So that's why the scriptures say, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. Because if you try to sit there and seek the Lord afterwards, man, you fucked. You didn't get this while you had liberty to, man. This is I'm gonna keep going on. It says, for he shall find her sitting at her doors, man. Sitting at his doors. It says to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom. So you got to think on these things, man. You got to continually occupy yourself in these scriptures, man. You know, go out through your day. You know, brother's gonna have to, put a little concentration on other shit they're doing throughout the day and shit, but your mind should be always pulled back to these scriptures, whether or not you're doing something in the spirit, whether or not you're thinking upon a lesson, thinking about a breakdown, thinking about something the brother told you in the scriptures, pondering on those things, man. It says to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. Because when you get wisdom in these scriptures, man, you understand that the Lord made all these things, and all you got to do is trust in the Lord and pray to him, and he'll fuck with you. That's wisdom right there. It says, for she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and maketh them in every thought, and meeteth them in every thought. So that's what wisdom does, man. That's what King Solomon, he prayed for these things. It says for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love, and love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. So at wisdom, it's gonna keep you from going off, man. That's why it's the assurance of incorruption, man, because it's going to tell you this is the way walk ye in it. It says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, man. That's why wisdom is so important, because it's going to bring brothers ultimately to the kingdom of the Most High, man. You got to think on those high level righteous things, man. You don't seek out stuff that's too hard for you to understand, man, but what you do is you listen to brothers, you attain to that wise counsel, man. You get in the scriptures, you read, you find out if the things are so, man. You pray for the wisdom, man, and the Lord gives it liberally. It says, and when you get that wisdom, like the scriptures say, he that getteth the candle, don't put it under a bed or a bush. You put it out there for everybody to see, man. You gotta give that. You gotta give that wisdom back out, man. There's a scripture. Let me get this. Because this is what happens when you have wisdom, man, and you actually put it back out there, man. This is Proverbs 27 and this is Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpened iron, so a man sharpened the countenance of his friends, of his friend, man. That's what it does, man. When you put wisdom back out there, man, your brothers exercise you in it as well, man. But you got to get that wisdom back out, man. This is it's like, yeah, I got a bunch of precepts up here. This is what Paul said, man, and he had the wisdom. Paul was wise, man. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 13. It says, "Now I would." It says, "Now I would not have you ignorant, brethren, that oftentimes I proposed to come unto you, but was let hitherto, that I might have some fruit among you, also even as among other Gentiles. I am a debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and the unwise." Because Paul was ministering, man. He was ministering. Because Paul was set out there for the preaching of the gospel. It says, verse 15, "So as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also." It says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Yahushua, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation that everyone that believe it, to the Jew first and to also the Greek," man. So Paul was sharpening other brothers, man. He was giving the word out. He was using that wisdom to pull in, brothers into the faith. He was pushing it back out there, man. This is another example of giving that wisdom out. This is let me see if I can. Got a lot of precepts. I believe it's Proverbs 11 and 24. It says, "There is that scattereth and yet increaseth." And what scatters but increases, man? You put that word out there. And just like the scriptures said, it was talking about Yahushua, but it was talking about, the corn that dies, man. It dies, but it grows into the ground and it has a bunch of fruit, man. That's what's scattered. That's what is scattered. But you gain so much more. It says, "There is that scattereth and yet increase it, and there is that withholdeth more than is meat, and it tendeth to poverty." Because if you're not pushing this word out there, man, the Lord's gonna see you as an unprofitable servant, man. And what do you do with unprofitable servants, man? You cut them off. You gotta be profitable in this thing, man. You gotta push out that wisdom the Lord gave you, man, for the elect. All things for the elect's sake, man. The elect's out there, man. They want this thing deep down. All brothers that are in this thing wanted something better, and then when they found it, they have that joy. You gotta push out this word for those brothers. It says, verse 25, "The liberal soul shall be made fat." The liberal soul, man. The Lord was liberal with you with the wisdom, and now you got to be liberal with pulling it out there, man. You got to do the work of the Lord. Go out to the highways and byways, do sit downs. If a brother got a question, answer his question the best you can. If you don't have a question, get somebody else to answer the question that has it. Study to get the wisdom. You got to do all these things, man. It says, "The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself." So if you sitting there, you watering the brothers with the wisdom, you're giving them the wisdom that you have, the Lord's going to give you more, man, because he's going to give you a deeper understanding of those things, man. Deeper wisdom. He's going to give you a more expanded form of that wisdom. It says, "He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him. but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth, man. Buy the truth, sell it not, man. You gotta redeem this truth and then give it back to other brothers to redeem it, man. This is what it's just about, man. It's this. You lack faith, ask and then give, man. You lack faith, ask and give. That's what this whole thing is about, man. You lack wisdom, ask. You lack wisdom, ask, and then you give brothers wisdom. You give it back, man. You got to pay it forward, man. This wisdom is a big thing, man. This is James 1:5 again. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that give it to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given unto him. I'm gonna get that word liberally real quick. It's like, yeah. This is it's like, yeah. Computer just did a brain fart on me. This is a word for liberal.
Strong's G 574. Haplos.
Haplos. It's a word for liberal. It's G 70. What is this? G 574. It says simply, openly, frankly, sincerely. It says Strong's. So that's what it is. He's gonna give it to you simply. Sincerely. You ask of the Lord these things, man. He's gonna fuck with you and he's gonna give it to you, man. But you gotta ask the Lord these things in faith, man. And when you get them, you gotta give it back, man. And that word for the meaning of the word braided is G 3679. Onadezo, and it means to reproach, upbraid, revile, of deserved reproach, to revile, to upbraid, cast in one's teeth. So let me read that scripture again. Now that we have the understanding of those two words, man, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask in the Most High, that give it to every man liberally, simply, gives it to you simply, easy, and upbraid not. He doesn't sit there and hate you for you asking wisdom, man. The Lord loves that. He fucked with King Solomon because he asked for those things, and it shall be given to him, man. That's what this thing is about, man. You got to get wisdom in this thing to do the work. And then you got to be liberal yourself with the wisdom that you get, man. You can't be a nigga with this wisdom and try to just keep it to yourself, man. You try to give it to brothers as much as you can, man. As much as you can, because it helps build other brothers up. Because wisdom brings it to a kingdom. Wisdom brings to the kingdom, man. And that's what this thing's about, man. So, that's the end of my lesson, man. I'm going to say it again, man. Lack wisdom? ? Ask. And then give, man. That being said, I want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, man. Brothers, keep pushing. Give out the wisdom that you got to brothers that are, that are sincerely seeking this thing, man. And keep being liberal, man. The Lord's gonna be liberal with you, man. Shalom.